How's it going?
Hey everyone.
Hey, I want to get I think Renette was planning on being on. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Wow, this recruiting is no joke, right? Anybody who's doing the funnel knows.
Oh,
I just got done with an interview myself. So thank you for your patience, everybody. If you have agents that aren't on, do your best to get them on. And if not today, next week, right? We want to really build these meetings. I'm going to do my best to make sure that we've got some meat here to bring value to everybody, as opposed to our old format, which was mostly just Q&A. We can definitely service some Q&A here, and I'm sure some of the leaders might have something to add. But we'll get this kicked off, and feel free to pass it on to you and yours. Leaders, we've got mostly leaders on this call, which is excellent. And by leaders, I mean people that are building a team, actively building teams. Maybe you've got some agents in the pipeline. I can tell you the most important thing, especially Charlene, David, Randy, right? Any new emerging leaders, plugging in is the secret ingredient to Symmetry. If people are plugging in regularly to the huddles, etc., they're going to understand what we're all about, and they're going to understand what it takes to truly succeed here. And that's a lot more than just attending meetings, right? But attending the meetings is what will give people the vision. At least I hope. I get quite a bit of that out of the huddles for sure. So again, let's do that. Practice what we preach, all that good stuff. Before I do some, well, I'll do some, and then if I miss somebody, because I haven't got everybody's numbers in yet. Leaders, one of the things I'd love for you to start tracking, and we'll get into this a little more, but start, if you can, on a weekly basis, start tracking your agents' activity and their numbers, so that you have a good idea of where everybody's at and who deserves your attention the most, right? And I don't say that to be a snob or an elitist, right? Danny Young says it. He's got VIP written right next to certain people in his phone. And it's for no other reason than they're the ones plugging in. They're the ones reaching up and out. They're the ones asking him 3-4 times a day, and then putting in the activity accordingly, right? You're going to have some agents that'll ask you questions all day long, but then you won't see them follow up with activity, acting on the advice you gave. And that can lead to, a challenge that Betsy and I faced early on, and that's high support, low challenge, right? We learned it at conference. The best leaders are high support, high challenge, and I'm challenging myself to do quite a bit more of this as a leader. So not going to be a taskmaster by any means, because this is your business. I want you to get out of it what you desire. At the same time, let's not fool ourselves. We're all here to build a business. Everybody on this call has stated they want a 6-figure plus income. They want that financial freedom, that time life work balance, and they want to build a legacy. So in order to do that, we're going to all have to put in a lot of work, a lot of diligence, and two important things. We're going to have a big vision for the future, right? If you want a better today, envision a bigger tomorrow. Remember that. If you want a better today, envision a bigger tomorrow. And your mind will start putting you on the path to doing bigger and better things more consistently, right? My wife has an emergency text. Oh, I see. That's funny. She does not like boats, and she just saw a notice for the cruise contest on Facebook. She says, "Oh no, are you going?" All right, so I'll have to talk to her about that. All right, so guys, I want to edify some people. Nate Brown with an app, 2,400 APV. Nate, I know we talked about the old IMO, but who cares, man? You're doing the work, you're helping families. I think that's awesome. Scott Cooper, Betsy Bar Agency is just kicking butt, you guys. Watch whatever it is she's doing in her team, because they're just on fire right now. Scott Cooper, brand new agent that is 6,700. That's target premium APV for DFL. What was that, like a $17,000 app, Betsy?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, love it. Eric is not on the call. Eric Rush and Mike Corey just took a trip to Mexico today, I believe. But Mike Corey just wrote 4 apps. Now, Mike Corey literally just got appointed with his carriers, just wrote 2 IULs and 2 accidentals. So he did 4 apps. I don't have the APV, but he's putting in the activity. Can't wait to see what comes out of his business here. Angie Gervasio, last minute last night, right? $1,000, $1,007.88 you turned in yesterday. And we've also got, let me see, Betsy, you sent me some stuff. You did some amazing stuff yesterday. What did you turn in?
It was me and Scott. We did a reset together, actually. It was a larger case, and so we wrote. It was just shy of 6,000, I think 57.98, something like that. And yeah, the target was 19,700, and yeah, we got those 2 apps in last night.
That's amazing. So Scott's 67, and then you guys did the one together for 57.98.
Yep.
Got it. Wow, that's great, guys. That's 10,000 target APV turning in one day. That's super exciting. I'm so grateful for you guys. Anybody else? Did I miss any apps anybody turned in this week? I know we've been putting in some solid activity, so great job, you guys. Contract hires. I know Angie has 2 contracts back this week so far. Rico Smalls from the Steve Devine Business Group has a contract out. I got a contract back yesterday. David Roberts, I believe you have a couple contracts out, yes, for new hires?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Jay, I know we went through it with Deshaun, and welcome to Deshaun. But Jay, you have at least 1 contract back this week. Anybody else I missed? Eric, I know, is a recruiting madman. He has some contracts back this week.
I had a couple back.
At least 2.
Nice. Eric 2, Betsy 2 or 3, Betsy.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great, guys. Let us know if you need any help. One of the best things anybody can do, and he's been doing them a lot lately. Again, Chris Cook, if you keep an eye on Band, he will post his interviews live on Band, and he's got them down to a science. They're no more than 15 minutes. He runs them to the basics, and it's a nice little sorting, sifting method, right? Because we can go all out and talk about agency ownership and the NFL and switchboard and all that, but if they're not willing to do the basic work, then none of that other stuff really matters, right? So stick to the basics first and make sure that's something that's a fit for them, and then get them into contracting and we can get them trained. Again, we have an amazing recruiting funnel thanks to Level Up. Betsy and Javon Spencer's company has an awesome recruiting funnel that any of you can partake in at different levels. You'll see it on sfgagentsuccess.com, are those different levels. If you have questions about it, just ask me or Betsy, and we can get you hooked up with that. Warm market's also great, guys. I had a notary. I needed a notary for a mortgage document, and I'm locked to this desk all day. I don't leave as much as I'm working on that, right? As much as I know I could. But anyway, I used a mobile notary for the first time. She came to my office, got everything done, and was super sweet, professional on top of it. And that's actually who I just interviewed. She was excellent, and I believe Sierra will be coming on board at least part-time and has a really strong background in sales. So you never know. It could be that customer service person. I approached a guy at Walgreens and, wondered if he'd have that mentality, but man, he was just a bright guy. Turns out he's a monster solar salesperson, door to door, and he just does Walgreens for fun. So you just never know, guys. Just look for that spirit, look for that drive. If somebody hits you, different as they say, approach them, let them know that you've got an opportunity that's unlike any others. And worst thing, they're going to invest a little time watching a video, and from there you might have the best recruit ever. So don't be afraid to challenge yourself to go through those old high school yearbooks, to go through Facebook, to go through your phone book, or even the vendors that you use on a daily or weekly basis, and show them what's up, right? They could be more.
That was
You never know.
The one you just hit on there, Mark, I just realized how many places I've spent money in my county. Life is a two-way street. If I gave them money, they should give me an opportunity to do a lunch and learn or something to tell them about how I'm making money so I can afford them and spend money.
Absolutely. Take that time out, make those things happen. And wow, a lunch and learn with a group of people, guys, energy catches, right? A fire on a coal will extinguish itself, you know, very quickly, but a fire with many coals surrounding it will burn ablaze and become a bonfire, right? Everybody's at least seen a grill before and how those charcoal grill works. And you know, the more coal you have, the bigger the fire is going to be. So get around, you know, get a group of people together. That's what these corporate events are for too, which I'll go over. Everybody, please look at the calendar on Band. We've got, Eric, I know you're taking advantage of this. We've got events coming up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We've got one taking place in St. Augustine, Florida, followed by a backyard barbecue. Got any agents 3-4 hours away from any of these places, send them over. We've got events coming up in SoCal, Phoenix, and Symmetry will be releasing in-person overviews starting in October of this year. So look for a big fall tour from some of the biggest leaders in Symmetry. But if you're around St. Augustine, Grand Rapids, some of the other places on the Band calendar, if you don't know what I'm talking about, talk to your upline. We'll take it from there. And remember, the reason we're on a recruiting rampage right now is I'd love to see as many of you as possible in Temecula, California, 20 contracts back, licensed or in licensing by September 30th qualifies you for an invite to Temecula. Now, to sweeten the pot for the Newbauer base only, whoever of you qualifies and has a minimum of $10,000 a month for the month in September, APV, issued paid, right? Issued paid business of $10,000. I will cover your flight out of my pocket to Temecula. So all you got to do is cover the room. So I'll cover your flight, but you've got to have a $10,000 issued paid APV on top of those 20 contracts, which qualify for you for the invite. So keep that in mind. Set yourself some goals. You know, we're on a key leader rampage here, and we're gonna turn the heat up here, everybody, on accountability, self-accountability, right? So real quick, flights.
Okay, Mark, you ready to pay?
I know, Betsy, you're scaring me. I think you just did it this week. I love it. All right, hold on here. I'm going to share my screen.
Every time Mark offers free money, I put it right on my top of my radar.
Good, as you should. All right, hold on. I'm gonna show you guys just a little something. There we go. I just want you guys to really just think about yourself, where you are in life. Think about your commitments here. Watch this video because I want to set us all on a new phase of growth here. It's going to take some grit and some grind, and I hope to give you guys a little bit of visualization here. Just a quick little video, and then we'll get to the rest of the meeting and finish up.
The parrot life. A parrot talks way too much, but can't fly high. But an eagle is silent and has the willpower to touch the sky. Here's the 7 mentalities that we can learn from an eagle.
Feel free to take notes, guys.
Number 1, eagles fly alone at high altitude. Eagles don't fly with sparrows, ravens, and other small birds, meaning stay away from narrow-minded people, those that bring you down. Eagles fly with eagles. There's a saying that goes like this: people you hang around will eventually determine the person you become. Keep good company. Number 2, eagles have vision. They have the ability to focus on something as far as 5 kilometers away. No matter what the obstacles, the eagle will not move his focus from the prey until he grabs it. Meaning, have a vision and remain focused in your life. No matter what the obstacles and challenges you may face, don't give up and you will succeed. Number 3, eagles are fearless. An eagle will never surrender to the size or strength of its prey. It will always give a fight to win its prey or regain its territory, meaning no matter what the size or big your problems are, don't give up. Instead, face it. Successful people are fearless. They face problems head on. Number 4, eagles are tenacious. Eagles love storm. When clouds gather, the eagles get excited. The eagles use the storm wind to lift themselves higher. Once it finds the wind of a storm, the eagles use the raging storm to lift itself above the clouds. This gives the eagle the opportunity to glide and rest its wings. In the meantime, all the other birds hide in the branches and leaves of the tree, meaning achievers are not afraid of challenges. Rather, they relish in them and use them for profitability. Number 5, eagles never eat dead things. Eagles never eat dead meat. In other words, an eagle does not scavenge. It only eats the meat from the prey it kills itself. Meaning, do not rely on your past success. Keep looking for new frontiers to conquer. Leave your past where it belongs, in the past. Number 6, eagles prepare for training. They remove the feather in the soft grass in the nest so that the young ones get uncomfortable in preparation for flying. And eventually, they fly when it becomes too unbearable to stay in the nest. Meaning, leave your comfort zone. There is no growth there. Last but not least, number 7, eagles possess vitality. When the eagle grows old, his feathers become weak and cannot take him as fast and as high as it should. This makes him weak and could make him die, so he retires to a place far away in the mountains. And while there, he plucks out the weak feathers in his body and breaks his beak and his claws against the rocks until he is completely bare. A very bloody and painful process. Then he stays in his hiding place until he has grown new feathers, new beaks and claws, and then comes out flying higher than ever before. Meaning, we occasionally need to shed off old habits, no matter how difficult. Things that burden us or add no value to our lives should be let go of. Thanks for watching this video. Share and subscribe for more amazing inspiration.
All right, guys, who wants to be an eagle now? All right, I hope so.
So now I'm curious. Did you do that just because of what my logo looks like?
Unfortunately, I have to say no. I found the video. I decided I wanted to show a little short thing every week here in hopes to give us new perspectives. But I'll give it to you.
Yeah, is as good as sending somebody over to just like grab me right by my ear.
I love it, man. Hey, it's not easy, right, guys? I used the eagle this week simply because I after conference, I think we all got a new vision. I think we all want to reach new heights, but those things don't come without the sacrifice and hard work necessary to break our old habits, to shed our old skin, and to take seriously the opportunity before us, which will require a lot of consistency, breaking some beaks, you know, picking some feathers, maybe making a bloody mess, depending on where you are in life. But willing to get out of that comfort zone so that we can reach new heights together. And I hope that can help serve as a bit of inspiration every time that you decide, you know, to go for the dishes instead of the phone, right? When it comes to dial time, or, you know, maybe not consult your upline when you're in an appointment because you know, you're not looking like the pro in front of the client, you know, whatever it is that may be, that all boils down to ego, right? Ego and fear, all those things. Anytime you can detect any of those things trying to prevent you from reaching your goals, reach up and reach out, you know, call your mentor, call your leader. I credit all of you, really. I mean, everybody on this call is great with it. Jay, I love it because he's on WhatsApp. I mean, I maybe get, you know, he just hits me right away on WhatsApp, and it's so easy to respond on that. But everybody here has been doing a great job reaching up and reaching out. And the most important part, of course, is the implementation, right? What good are wings if you're not going to use them to fly? We've all got those wings, but if we're hiding, if we're resisting consistency because it hurts, because it's uncomfortable, if we're resisting setting that Google Calendar in the right direction and honoring it as the foundation of our workflow, what good are wings, right? So you got to decide if you want to be a pigeon or an eagle. So that leads me to our team goals, guys. We're going to be going over goals a lot more than we ever have, because, you know, much like the eagle and his 5-kilometer vision, we always want to keep our eye on the prize. And don't worry about how big the number may be, how big your dream may be. Let it be as big as it possibly can, and try to dream bigger than you ever have before, because you can achieve it as long as you take that journey in bite-sized chunks, right? How do we eat an elephant? Hopefully we just don't eat elephants, right? But if you had to eat an elephant, one bite at a time, that's how you accomplish that, right? That's how the saying goes. So our goal for September 2022 is a bare minimum of $95,000 for the month. Okay, that's our agency goal. Now, Jeff and Joe, God bless them. We've got Jeff, Joe, Troy Stevens. They're all in one leg of business in the Martinez Agency, doing a killer job. We've got half that goal covered with Miller Martinez. So that's great. That only leaves, guys, among us and our agents here. That includes people not on the call today. That leaves only $47,500 for the month, right? Now, I like to have a little margin, so I am going to round that up, not to 50, but to 60,000 for the month. So we have some margin built in. Sometimes you submit a policy, it doesn't get issued right away. DFL people, we love you to death, but sometimes those take 3 months to get issued if you're working with foresters, right, Betsy?
I know, it's the worst.
So that leaves us with a goal, guys, of $12,000 a week in September. $12,000 a week in September. We're nearly at the end of week 1, and I'm pleased to say, thanks to everybody that was edified earlier, we've got our first week in, right? Now it's not issued paid yet, but at least we've got the submitted numbers, and that's a great start. As much as you guys can focus on those core carriers, that instant issue business, right? The SBLI, the MU, the AMAM, we're going to get that stuff done pretty quickly. And then what I'd like for you guys to think about is your goal, right? Because I don't want my goal to be your goal, right? I don't want to put I don't want to project what I desire to achieve on you guys. You guys are here to run your business, and Betsy, myself, Randy, Jay, now I'm naming names, all the leaders, right, want for you what you want for you, and even more. And that's why I say dream bigger than you ever have before, because you will reach it, and we need to expand our minds a little bit, guys. We need to get uncomfortable. And I hope that you guys will take that as a call to action to really stretch yourself. Make sure that every day you've got those, you know, use the Ivy Lee method, have those 6 things that you're going to accomplish, right? Just 6 things that you're going to accomplish each day. If you plan it out the night before, your business growth is going to expedite 10 times faster than it would without this method, the Ivy Lee method, which is in your summit journey. If you're new and if you're not, if you haven't started your summit journey, please get in there and do that. And please make sure that you continue to follow that journey each and every week. And good news is Symmetry is now giving you points for just doing your job, right? With MyQuility, you actually earn points for getting into to your training. I think that's insane. They're now rewarding you for doing what you need to be doing anyway. So get into your training, get into Summit, follow that stuff, but be mindful of the Ivy Lee method and apply it to your own calendar. If you don't know what the Ivy Lee method is, that's a dead giveaway that you've barely begun your Summit journey. And I would say shame, but we're not looking at yesterday. We're looking at today and tomorrow. So no problem. Just hop in and get it done and watch how much that technique can help you. I want to edify, guys. So part of the growth, you heard it on the national call. There's a Symmetry call to action to really get into, you know, everybody getting uncomfortable and getting involved in a standing lead order. Does everybody here know what a standing lead order is? So real quick, in case you didn't feel like raising your hand, or maybe you're not showing your face and you're raising your hand like this, standing lead order simply is a commitment that you make on via Quility. Ask your upline. We can show you how, no problem. But it's a commitment that you make. You send Symmetry a form saying, hey, I'm going to commit to take, you know, 10 digital leads a week or 5 A leads a week, whatever it may be. The call to action now is to really get into those digital leads. Don't get into them until you read the fact sheet and understand that digital leads need quick response, usually within the first minute, right? But I want everybody to really think about your goals here. And if you've got goals that have to do with creating a sustainable business with growth, you've got some growth initiatives and you want this to be a legacy play. Now, if you're here just to make some part-time income once in a while, maybe you don't need a standing lead order. But everybody else, why not have a commitment to inventory if you're serious about your business, right? Because the inventory is the only way you're going to help families. So don't just take your chances on the lead map and say, oh, there were no leads in New Jersey this week, so I guess maybe I'm going to work the $1 leads. That's all they had, right? Why do that? You're a storefront. You want the best of the best, right? You want the very best chance that you can have at getting in front of families without, who's the guy in Batman? Two-Face, right? He just flipped a coin to make all of his decisions. And sometimes that led to not very good things when you leave all of your decisions to fate, right? You just flip that coin and hope it lands on what you wanted. That's what a lot of us are doing when we just decide to search the lead map every once in a while. So let's start getting serious about the business if you haven't. I do want to edify Randy Johnson, Dominic Austin. Great job, you guys. They're leading the charge. They've both put in standing lead orders for digital leads. And do note, Razor Ridge and Quility are both very communicative with the agents on the lead process. I believe there was a bit of a bottleneck with Razor Ridge at least, but have the faith, no worries, they will make it right. And so if you've got a slow week, you're going to have a heavy week the next week, and no big deal because this business is all about consistency. So on average, it will play out to the inventory that you signed up for. So challenge yourself. I'd love to see everybody get some kind of commitment in there, whether it's your full week of leads or even just a supplement to say, at least I know I've got this, coming in. Do that, consult with your upline. I am talking to Wes and Katarina Allen from the Agency of Valor, my good friend Marty Valor in Texas. Marty's got agents, a couple, Wes and Katarina Allen, just the sweetest people ever. Wes is killing it on Switchboard. So in the next week or two, I'm going to ask Wes and Katarina to come on and guest host and just give us a nice little training and Q&A on Switchboard as well. So I think that should be really, really cool. I hope you guys will commit to that, because our overall goal for everybody on this call, because I'm looking around and thankfully we're not there yet, but we're getting there. I would like to see everybody achieve key leader by the end of the year. It's a 2-month qualification, right? So you could have it as soon as the end of October. But you've got 4 months now to ramp yourself up to a 2-month thing. Oh, I have it pulled up here. Let me open Adobe just so you guys, again, visualization is key, right? And you'll be surprised, guys. I'm getting better at this. I'm almost done. We'll open up some quick Q&A and some leader stuff. Let me see. Come on, PDF. No, I don't want to help improve Adobe products. Just open my file. That's your job, Adobe. All right. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to share. Okay. So here's the levels of leadership, guys. You can take a screenshot if you want. Set your goals high, right? Please, I mean, really set yourself where you want to be and work toward that. But how do we eat an elephant? If you want to be a managing partner, right? And you want to have those 3 120s, that equates to about $60,000 a month in passive income. Part of the revenue share here at Symmetry that's available to every single one of us. But let's just start here, right? I would love to see you guys, if you're looking to grow a business here and take seriously this path, reach for key leader, okay? Agency owner is what you hear all day long, right? Everybody wants to be an agency owner. But as I and the other AOs can tell you, that's just the first. That's just entry level, right? Into the big game, right? So let's focus, before we focus on agency owner, just focus on getting to key leader. This is the advice that Kevin Purdy gave Jeff Miller, right? These are two high impact, high performance people that got together at conference. And Jeff Miller said, Kevin, what's the one thing, if I want to encourage growth in my agency, I want to help my agents the very most I can. What's the one thing what's the one piece of advice you give me? And Kevin Purdy said, just get to key leader, focus on key leader, because getting the key leader will give you guys the vision of what it's like to build a team, to grow a team, and to sustainably grow a team. That's the hard part, right, Betsy? Sustainable growth.
Oh, yeah.
You can always bring new people on, they'll write a few policies and then they fall off, or things get tough, or things get uncomfortable, and they decide they'd rather kind of nest it, you know, just a couple feet above sea level. They don't want to be eagles necessarily, or rather worse, they want to be eagles, but they don't want to go through what it takes to be an eagle, right? They don't want to break their beaks and shed their feathers and go to new heights and new altitudes. They love what comes with that, right? The rewards that come with it, but they don't want to do the work. That's not us, guys, right? That's nobody on this team. So let's get to key leader. Let's look at what that takes. A minimum of $20,000 net place for 2 months in a row, okay? And that's with 4 sales reps. So you need 3 directs to you for each qualifying month. So what that means, guys, does everybody understand how this works? You could go ahead so you need 4 writers, right? Now, it doesn't matter if maybe 3 of the writers do $1,000 for the month, right? But that means you've got to do $17,000. It also means this one guy here, or one gal, she can't write 20,000 and then you just kick back and be like, great, I got it taken care of, right? Because we have what's called the 50% rule here at Symmetry to make sure that nobody just rests on their laurels or depends on one person, right? Just like that eagle. They don't depend, they're not scavengers, right? They don't just depend on the success of one person. So the 50% rule means that if you have a goal of 20,000 net placed, or 30,000 for agency owner, whatever it is, only 50% of that figure can come from one leg of your business. So this person right here could write 15,000, right? And you could say, oh, great, we only need to write 5,000 between the 3 of us. Not true, because you can only count $10,000 of this one leg toward the overall. So I hope everybody understands the 50% rule. That's how it works. But ideally, just making the math simple, if you and 3 of your direct recruits, 3 direct, right? That's different than AO, right? This says have 6 people. But you only need 4 direct to you, right? The other, you could have 2 people down here doing the rest. Here, you must have 3 direct to you. And ideally, just strive for 5,000 a month for each of you, right? That's not even 2,500 a week. We're not even talking part-time numbers. So I just want everyone to really see the vision here and implement in your business. What's it going to take to get me to key leader? What's it going to take to get each and every one of you to key leader? Well, first of all, you're going to want to recruit. And I don't want to offend anybody who may be on this call that says, hey, I'm not here to build. I'm just here to produce. That's great. I'm not talking to you. That's easy peasy. You get leads, you dial, you help families, and you can make a killer income. But from what I can tell, everybody on this call wants to build, wants to grow, and wants legacy. The legacy play is to get through this as systematically as possible. Don't miss your raises, right? So first up, key leader, get those 3 directs, 20,000 a month, and you've got it. So there you go. I think if everybody just focused on a nominal goal, I hope you're reaching higher than this, but your bare minimum, call it 2,500 a week, right? That's 10,000 a month. You'll double your minimum requirements for key leader if you really focus on your goals, are consistent, and have a unified culture, subculture within your team, right? That's why this call is so important to me. I want you guys to understand what's possible here and how systematic it can become if you pay attention to the qualifications and burn them into your memory so that you know what you've got to achieve and you're not just depending on luck, right? Like Two-Face flipping the coin. Oh, we missed it by 3,000. Well, why did you miss it by 3,000? Were you cognizant of the fact that you were 3,000 APV away from it 2 weeks ago? Because if you were, I promise you would have worked your butt off to get those extra appointments and lock in that other month. And that's what I think, and that's on me, guys. I'm turning a new leaf after conference as well. That's on me partially, in that maybe we haven't been focusing on vision as much as we could have been. But that is no longer. We've got the vision here. You know what you've got to achieve. I'll never have you achieving what you don't want to achieve, but show of hands for those that are on camera, who wants to be a key leader? Who wants to be an agency owner? Who wants to be way up here? All right. It all starts with key leader. All right. And team leader is nothing to sneeze at, right? You're going to get edified for this. Team leader is a stepping stone to key leader, but key leader is tough. Key leader is tougher than it looks, right? This requires growth, leadership, and consistency most of all, because consistency will solve those other issues, right? Leadership won't come without the consistency, because how do we lead by example if we aren't consistent? So that is what I got. Just remember, guys, if you need a little extra, and I think everybody does, all of us, myself included, why not, right? When it's available. Quility has amazing coaching programs. Do you guys know that? Do you guys know they have coaching sessions, coaching programs? Eric and Angie partook in them once. And I'm proud of you guys for signing up for those. Getting into a coaching group. I believe the Activate group it's called. It's for your first 90 days here at Symmetry. And I don't care if you've been here for 3 years. If you haven't activated yet, or you don't have a clear path to key leader, get into that one. If you got that stuff down, you want to get into Accelerate, get into that one. It's only I believe it's only $135. And I think you get, good for you, Eric. So proud of you, man. Eric signed up for Activate again, because in our discussions, thank you, 135. Eric signed up for it once. You say it, Eric. Why did you sign up again? I'm not going to speak for you.
Because I didn't do my homework, and if I'd have done my homework in there, it would have changed my mindset of daily affirmations, my reading, my reading through the script, doing a presentation every single day. I mean, it's nuts and bolts, but I dare you to go out and take all the nuts and bolts out of your car and try to drive it.
I love that. Exactly, guys. It's all one piece, right? The sum of the parts, not just one of them. And you can learn a lot. But as I say, it's very easy to fall into the trap of becoming a professional student at Symmetry, because there's so much great stuff to learn. But if you're not employing what you learn, if you're not putting it the action steps, getting uncomfortable and actionably putting those things into steps, it won't mean too much, right? You might know a lot, but you won't impact many people. And if you don't impact many people, it's not your income's not going to be impacted. And if your income's not going to be impacted, how are you going to grow? So, guys, take it seriously. It's right on Quility under training. There's coaching. You could sign up for it. It's only $135. I think it's like 5, 6, 7 people in a group. So very small focused groups with a professional coach who will teach you in line with the Symmetry system how to really kick it in gear. So I encourage you guys, $135, I guarantee, through Netflix, coffee, whatever it is, you can make the sacrifice, because ultimately it's not a sacrifice, it's an investment that will exponentially increase your speeding of the plow and your access to increased income here. So sign up for a coaching session. If you are not well on your way to Key Leader and you want to get there, sign up for a coaching session, please. Start with Activate if you're brand new. We'll start having some contests here. Maybe once I've seen everybody go through Activate and we have some minimum income or APV requirements, maybe we'll have a nice little scholarship for Accelerate or one of the other things. But some of us leaders will get together. We'll put some stuff together. If you are hiring, if you're a leader and you're not getting the results you want, that's danger zone, guys. That's Kenny Loggins' danger zone right there, because you're bringing on people to an environment that's very fertile otherwise. But if you as a leader are not practicing, what you're preaching to your agents, I guarantee you they're not going to stick around for long. And you're going to have invested a lot of time, energy, and money into recruiting and wondering why your people aren't performing, wondering why your agents aren't sticking. It's because they haven't seen the action, right? So if you're a leader, get into one of these coaching sessions, understand what it takes. And I'm done. Anybody have any questions? Leaders, anything you want to add to any of this?
No, and this is all great stuff. We just got to get out there and do it. And, Symmetry's got all the stuff that we need to be successful. And I mean, we've all been here. We see what's possible. So let's go do it. Let's activate it. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Last thing I'll say, guys, don't forget, you've only got a couple more weeks, but, and if you weren't at conference, I'll let you know, the Jeremy Miner, who is a renowned world-class sales coach. I wonder if Shelly knew that when the meeting was. She's just popping in. Jeremy Miner, who's a world-class sales coach, has offered his program, his $5,000 annual program, to all Symmetry agents for only $600. So $600, you get the entire $5,000 annual program from Jeremy Miner, who is a neurolinguistic expert, a neuroscience aficionado, who will be working directly with Symmetry to refine our scripts using his neurolinguistic programming skills to ensure that we've got the most efficient, effective scripts when dealing with people on switchboard leads or otherwise. He's offering you an annual personalized coaching regimen for only $600. Again, retail, it's $5,000. This is only for Symmetry agents. If you want to get into that, just get on the Quility website or use your Quility events app and access it from there, from conference. And I will see you guys on the huddle tomorrow, hopefully. Guys, if you haven't been on the huddles, please start attending the huddles. If you're a leader, you don't have agents attending the huddles, get them on the huddles. Again, you want to treat this like a job until it's not. And that's well beyond agency owner, agency director, right? We're talking about the long game here. We're talking about big picture. Be on the huddles, be proactive. Invite your agents to do the same, and I promise it will expedite your growth in a big way. So thank you guys so much. Have a great day. And I'm off to an appointment, but I'll be back in an hour and a half if anybody needs anything. Take care, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark. Have a great week, everyone.
Take it easy, guys.